Hey, I got a light, boy. Hey, I got a light. Hey, I got a light, boy.
Well, good day to you all and welcome back to my channel on the third instalment of building the Jupiter 2 from Lost in Space. And here at the moment I'm messing about with LEDs. I've got these little black inlets that came with the LEDs that I bought a while ago, and they're really neat and tidy if you drill a nice, I think around about 5mm hole, because they're 3mm lights, and then you pop them into the plastic and then the lights fit on the other side straight into the little I don't know what you call them, really, recesses, I suppose, whatever, anyway. So they work really good, so I'm going to use them for the landing gear, to light the landing gear, so that'll be cool. I'm also just going to give these side panels a little bit more of detail by masking them up, taking a sharp knife and cutting around the circles and take the inner side out so that I can spray them all black. Here I'm just drilling a small hole first so that I've got a little bit of a guide for the bigger hole, because just trying to ram a 5mm drill straight through that might do some harm, and we don't want that, do we? Here is how they'll fit. I've just dry fit it in there so you can see what's happening, and there's one of the lights going straight into the side for lighting up the landing gear. So I'm masking up one of these, and I will use a toothpick and just go around the circles gently, because if you do it too hard you actually then go through and make it a little bit harder to cut when you use your knife. So just generally going to get your line so that you know where you're going to have to put your nib of your knife, I suppose your tip of your knife, in, and gently go around to cut the circle out. Then I can use a X-Acto knife, I suppose they used to be called, I don't know what they're called now, surgeon's knife, whatever, but a very nice new sharp blade, and then just gently go around the circle as evenly as you can. Obviously it's, you know, something that you pick up more as you go along, so you might have to have one or two attempts. If you mess up, peel it off and put a new one on and try again. And there's one done, several more to go. So I've just dry fitted these in just so that I can see what they look like, and they look absolutely grand, so I'm really pleased with those. If you can just see as you come back down here that I've put the power jack in ready, and so there's the power the other side. I just put some tape around to hold them in so I could just see what they look like, but that's looking good so far. And you can see here, just as an example again, all the little LEDs sitting in each part of the landing gear, so that's cool. The next thing I'm going to do is the doors, so I'm just going to mask up the sides where I've sprayed them silver and give them another coat of paint. And abracadabra, I gave it a coat of slightly darkish grey first, and then I masked up, cut out all the little triangle parts, and then sprayed it a lighter grey on the inside, peeled them off, and this is the effect that you get, and they look absolutely grand. So what I've got to do next is put the glass in and then think of something to put behind the glass. And over here the floor's looking pretty grand now, all sprayed its certain colours, and the inner circle all done, and I'm really pleased with the outcome of that, so that's really cool. Meanwhile, over here I've got my brand new Neptune Pro 3 printer, which I just got from their website because it was on a really good deal, and it's printing out my first B9 robot, so fingers crossed that it comes out well. And I now have these tiny little pieces of glass. I've just got to clean them up, and they're going in the doors. You don't see anything behind the glass, so they tell you to paint them black, but I've actually got another idea in my head, and people might have a look and say, oh, that was a stupid idea, but I quite like the idea, so I'm going to see how it works. But in the meantime, I've cut all these, and now I need to get them glued into the back of them. So what I'm actually going to do is use some of this reflective tape and cut small pieces and put behind the glass and see how they go and how they look, because that would be quite cool if they reflect back. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit more detail to these doors, even though it's not really necessary, I don't suppose, but I'm going to use a toothpick and I'm going to just tap some colours on the actual door panels, the little lights or switches, I suppose, that open the doors, different colours, because they should light up either red or green. And I'm going to use fluorescent paint for this and just really lightly dab them on there, and you never know, the light might just make them shine and look like they're lit up. You probably won't see it all that much, but I just thought I'd add this little detail just because I felt like it, really. And here they all are finished, and I'm quite happy with them, to be honest. I'm quite happy indeed. The stage of putting in the landing gear is a little bit tricky. You have to kind of twist to get them in there, but once they're in, you can turn the base over and get them connected on the other side. And here they all are, all in their place. I've also placed the doors in there too, so they're now all sitting in there really nicely. I'm very pleased with that. I'm just going to get a little bit of super glue now and glue all the little edges in, or tack them a little bit here and there just so that they don't move around, and the doors of course. So yeah, just to give it a little bit more strength. So here's the finished result now, and I'm really pleased with it. It looks pretty cool. So the lights are on, they're shining, and it's actually shining into that little tiny window and kind of reflecting. So that's made me happy. You can't really see the fluorescent little switches, in all fairness, but that doesn't really matter. I did it anyway, a little bit of extra detail, you know. So I think I'm happy with all of that now. So that's now all sitting on its landing gear. So that's cool. Now I can get on with the next stage, moving upwards. Really pleased so far. And now the next bit is the fun bit, and it's the fusion core. The piece of glass that goes in before the fusion core lights, I want to actually tone down. I don't want them to be see-through, or you'll see all the lights through it, or all the LEDs. So what I'm going to do is this. And ding! Just as like magic, I've just given this a quick, very light coat of white primer. I also put a little bit of styrene in there, a styrene ring that I made to help with the translucent part, and I stuck the actual fusion core lights in with some silicone sealant. And here's the result. It looks pretty damn cool. You can't see so much that they're LED lights now. That's looking a lot better than it did before. I've just been doing some rather exciting dry fitting, so I just thought I'd pop all the walls into place so I know exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing and where to begin. So I can now start working on the interior. I haven't sorted out the lights wiring yet, but I will do some of that soon too. But in the meantime, I'm just going to mask up these little tabs at the very bottom of these walls, because I want them to fit back in easily. If I put too much paint all over them, then you know what the score is. I'll have to rub them back down again to get them to fit properly. I thought I'd start with these two walls because they're the less complicated ones, so that's good. In the meantime, I've managed to get myself a half decent print out of the B9 robot, so I'm quite pleased with it. It's looking okay. It's took me a few attempts to get this, but I've just discovered by looking online that I can actually purchase some translucent PLA, I think it's called, plastic, that you put in to do your 3D models with. So I've purchased myself some of that because it was very cheap. Maybe because 3D modelers don't use it that much, but it'll make it look a little bit more like he's got a clear head, which is what he should have. So hopefully that'll work, who knows, but I'll give it a go anyway and take that head off and put the other one on if it works okay. So I think I'm going to leave it there for part 3, and carry on with the build and document it for you, and hopefully put part 4 on pretty soon. In the meantime, I've just been painting the walls with this colour, which is ivory, and I've done the 2 little fire extinguishers, sprayed them just with red, look rather cool, and the robot there has been painted silver. So that's a wrap. Thanks very much for watching part 3, and hopefully you can join me for part 4. In the meantime, if you could like and subscribe, that really would be great. I'm almost to 1,000 now, so I wouldn't mind getting there. That'd be great. But in the meantime, please all take care of yourself and enjoy your builds if you're building anything, and I hope to see you all again very soon. Bye.
I got a load.